Welcome to the Bloom Where You're Planted podcast from Never Too Late Cafe. I'm your host, Laura Womack. Each week we sit down for a chat with someone just like you, someone who had an idea, a passion, a dream, or sometimes just a thought, and planted that seed, watched it grow into something they wanted to share with the world. If you have an idea for a topic or someone that would be a guest for the Bloom Where You're Planted podcast, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, where you can join our Never Too Late Cafe Facebook group. We'd love to hear from you. This week, we will dive into some of the creative show and tell snippets of the recent Portsmouth, Ohio area Woodsongs Artist Picnic 2023 on the banks of the Ohio River at Sandy Springs Campground. We hope you enjoy this presentation, as many of these artists have been on the podcast in the past.
I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky, currently living in Murray, Kentucky as a full-time college student. And I have been writing poetry for 63 years, not about to stop. So here's my latest. I just finished it a few minutes ago. This is called Karen's Gift. Adventure called my heart to play. He pulled me from a fear of heights and led me to soar with eagles. Well, really, they were hawks and vultures, but my heart felt talons lifted into another world. They were at my feet, tugging me away from being afraid and into the heavens spreading open. She was 65. It was her birthday. A bucket list entry before she lost her nerve. Together, as often we've done, the color of the silks on the ground, like bed sheets being spread before us, a whisper of breath blew them into billows. Gondola large enough to hold us, small enough to sail through the sky. Unsteady arms, unsteady legs hold fear in deep pockets that want to be opened. A buck runs below, pounding earth, 8 points of bragging bravado. We both love to play, and we always have. There was Albuquerque and mountains, the trails that lost us and the cat that found us. There was Chicago and Lake Michigan and the tails of a coat dragging from the car door. At DePaul, we got in line for tattoos. We talked ourselves out of it right there by the Porta-Johns. Fear from my fingers began to unfold, the gondola not so shaky. I own my side of its weight. Dogs bark, tiny shadows chasing us. We are the car, the sky cab they will never catch. Silk carries us higher, stoking fires to boost energy, stoking energy to fly. Our reflections in water, a lake, a bridge where we wave to ourselves. Fear of height is one thing, but love at our mirror and the burnt shadows of autumn are altogether another. The talons are loosening. What is facing fear except another adventure, a day over the woods and lakes and in the sky, saying goodbye to the beast that holds us.
All right, let's just keep it going. Can somebody else come up? Song, poem? All right. Just introduce yourself, say where you're from, and we have probably, with a group this size, no more than 4 minutes. I say 3 is better, but
Hello, everyone. My name is Sandy Gooden, and I live in Portsmouth.
What are you doing?
I moved here from Cincinnati, and I'm an author. So Joey and I made this poem today, and it's called Walmart's Farts. Are you smart when you fart in the cart? You better dart out of the mart when you fart in the cart, if you're smart. Unless your name's Bart, he makes art out of farts and becomes part of the mart. Joey and I are too tart to play art with our farts. That's why we don't shop at the mart unless we need something for the heart. Then we dart straight to the mart. But it sure is hard to stop Joey from farting in the cart at the mart. Joey says if you put it on a chart, you can fart and make it into art.
Awesome. That is the funniest one ever.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah.
Who's next?
Already?
I know that feeling.
My name is Leanne Schultz. I live up in West Portsmouth, and this is my first time trying to do anything creative in over 20 years. So
And you need to get close to the microphone.
give me some grace.
Close to the mic.
Untitled. Let me find it. The script scratch of a pencil on the rough paper, a line here, a smudge there, is the beginning of a new creation for an artist. When a creative spark ignites, nothing can stop the artist from putting it to paper to be worked over and again until it has surpassed what the creative mind has brought to life. A memory, a conversation, a beautiful landscape, or a song can be the initial inspiration to awaken the mind for the artist to strive for their never-ending desire to reach perfection, no matter their personal choice of medium for their art.
Michael, you want to go? Yeah, I'll go. You're going to plug your phone? Yes. Let's see. Let me see where you go. Good. Probably. Yeah, it's good. All right, hi there.
Hi.
When I put a guitar around myself, I turn into Mike Buford, which my real given name is Mike. Only my grandmother's ever called me that though. Buford's just the town I'm from originally. So when I try this, I'm Mike Buford. Instead, I cheated a little bit. Instead of writing an entire song, I wrote one verse and then just went back and changed a couple of words a couple times. And so let's see what we got so far. Whisper to me, show me the truth you want me to see. Follow your path.
sea. The river whisper to me. The river whisper to me. Forest whisper to me. Show me the truth you want me to see. Inside of the seed is a beautiful tree. Forest whisper to me. Forest whisper to me. Mountain whisper to me. Show me the truth you want me to see. It's so high to climb, but there's so much to see. Mountain whisper to me. Mountain whisper to me. Blue sky whisper to me. Show me the truth you want me to see. Give me my wings, let me soar free. Blue sky whisper to me. Blue sky whisper to me. Spirit whisper to me. Show me the truth that you want me to see. Tell me your will, then help me agree. Spirit whisper to me. Spirit whisper to me. Brother whisper to me. Show me the truth you want me to see. When hate is the lock, let love be the key. Brother whisper to me. Brother whisper to me.
Next.
Here you go. Thanks, sir. Good job. That was beautiful. Well done, Brad. Okay. Okay. Hold on. You said you weren't going to talk and trick me. I don't like being tricked. Oh my God. You're just really just like you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, here we go.
I'm trouble, I know. I'm Joe Baker and I painted this in 2 hours. It's the river.
Plug in.
Go ahead and plug in, and I'll be very fast.
These two.
Okay. To be honest, for me to do this, I only get concepts and I can't really do a finished product like everybody else is doing. So I'm just going to give you my concept. I wish I knew you when you existed, but I knew it in my gut. That feeling never left me until I got the call. Someone had found my brief ancestry search. I wish I knew you when the gun was shot and no one was there to defend you. I wish I knew when you went away all alone. I wish I knew when the fire broke out and running was all you could think of to do. I wish I knew you when you traveled far away, leaving your entire life away. I wish I knew you when you joined the army in a foreign country because it was your only option. I wish I knew you when you lost your love in London. wish I knew you when you decided to move away. I wish I knew when you changed your name to start a new life. I wish I knew when you decided to try love again, when you found you wanted to be a healer. I wish I knew when you had 2 sons. I wish I knew that fate would lead me to meet Pat the year before he died, my dad's half-brother he never knew he had. When you get up there, I hope the 2 of you can work it out, that you did what you needed to do to survive, that you didn't live the lie so you could change everybody's life for the worse, but you did it so they could live a better life. Someday I will meet you, Grandpa. Charles E. Seeley, Patrick Adams. I will know you then. I'm Laura from Portsmouth.
Come prepared here, girlfriend. Good?
Thank you.
Let me get you hooked up here. Oops. Try that.
Check. I'm Megan B. I'm from Athens, Ohio. I played down at Port City last night, so I was glad I was in town to catch this. I love getting together. I am going to mention, for you writers or aspiring writers, I run a writing retreat up in the Hocking Hills in the spring called Words in the Hills. We have one coming up May 10th through 12th. You can find it online, but it's a lot like this, but a whole weekend out in the Hocking Hills writing and sharing. I've been working with this online group called Music Every Week, and we have to submit a song every week or we get kicked out of the group, and I thought, well, I'll just do that with my time. So when I got here, I looked up the prompt, and the prompt was the call, like the hero's journey, like the call to adventure and the refusal of the call and the going out and meeting your mentor and writing something. And the first person who got up, I can't remember, their first line was about the call to adventure. So I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, sometimes when people somehow have the same wavelength when we connect like this. And I was sitting by the river down there watching the birds while I was writing this. She heard the call of the sparrow. She heard the voices in the choir. Heard the path was dark and narrow. She heard the birds out on the wire. She read the books on the table, read the scripture, memorized the words, read the sins of Cain and Abel, looked out the window and watched the birds. There was a call, there was a sign, a crossroads for heaven in her mind. On her knees to pray, staring at the sky. She was born to fly. One day the church door was open just a bit. A sparrow came in and flew right up the aisle, did 3 circles and landed on the crucifix.
the statue of St. Francis start to smile. There was a call, there was a sign, a crossroads forever in her mind. On her knees to pray, staring at the sky. She was born to fly. Traded in that rosary for a pair of binoculars. Sunday mornings, sitting at the river. Now that old guilt is as light as a feather. And if there's a God, it's in a bird, and they'll forgive her. There was a call, there was a sign, a crossroads forever in her mind. On her knees to pray, staring at the sky. The sky. She was born to fly.
I mean, can I sit down? Yes. You're very welcome. It's actually my favorite part, is I don't have to be put on the spot, and I can control other people's sound. I love the power. Yeah, that needs to be in the picture. Good. I love the power. Oh my. Get your guitar set. Yes.
Yeah. You just didn't want to bump it.
So I should run. No? Okay. Being in tune is something, some artists don't even care about that. Look at Bob Dylan, he was really very popular and never in tune. Let's see what that sounds like. Happy with that?
Sounds good. Very good. Thank you, Frank.
You got the mic right?
I think that'll do. You hear that all right? All right. My name is Ethan Michael. I'm a wood burning artist for the most part, occasional art teacher. But this is just a dream come true being with other like minds. It's just a very special thing. And the lyrics in this song actually have talk about bird on a wire. So that's pretty cool too. It continues. My guitar guy, who works on this, he tunes this in D standard, which I'm not normally playing out of. And when I started playing the D standard, these crazy lyrics just started coming out of me. And I attribute it to the tone of the playing out of the D standard. But anyway, so the lyrics don't really make sense, but and it's just a silly song that came out. And but I had 4 verses, and Frank said that he added on last year, and it went really well. And I've been wanting this last verse to come out, so it happened today. So, real quick, I need the words.
I was really impressed.
I would have been all right with the first 4. Thank you for your patience.
Make sure you're telling right.
right, so this is called the Muskrat Song.
Stay on your toes, or Mr. Muskrat, he'll bite your nose. But no one knows where in the hell Mr. Muskrat goes. Maybe stealing corn from under your nose. Bird in the hand is better than two down in the briar, oh, the thorny briar. But I'll take three sitting on a wire. You give me three doves sitting on a wire. Look up in the sky, a red-tailed hawk with an eagle eye. Oh, and you know why. And Pfeffer gonna die. Send that rabbit to the by and by.
First time live on this one.
No need to beg. Rhode Island Red, she'll lay your egg until she's dead. When things get worse, try to eat that leg. But kinda like chewing on a pony keg.
All right, so this last verse is one from today. I saw people just chilling out on their pontoon boats out on the river, which is an awesome day. So here's the last verse.
There's nothing to lose. Rest your bones on a river cruise. Forget your shoes. It's a perfect day for some homemade booze. But when the rooster crows, hey, you'll have to pay your dues. Sorry. Try to remember you forgot your shoes.
You bet. That was great. Really.
Yes, absolutely.
Do I need to plug your belly button?
Frank is our resident comedian.
Okay, so here we go.
Testing. Tested and ready to go.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. My name's Lee Pennington and I come from White Oak, Kentucky. I'm a recent 1967 immigrant to Louisville, Kentucky. Good to be back to my hometown area. Thank you, Laura, for inviting me. This is called Beyond the Autumn Equinox. Beyond the autumn equinox, a great stream flows. Here and there, fish jump, sending circles, directions all. Have I been here before? Where a slight wind blows? Will I fly again just north of the blue jay's call? Can night silence a train horn's distant voice. Even time awaits water's reasons way in sight. I walk with falling leaves and have no choice. Seasons deep disappear long into the night. I cannot mimic my songs. The visiting crow, though I sing a way of wings and flying things and such, only folded hands rise up to show. Little left to dream or hold, not much. Bears and wolves may complain with sight and sound. Serpents leave great trails in sand and mud. Hearts are tricky that way when tightly bound. The gift of love, a darker mystery than blood.
Hello, everyone. My name is James Wells. When Laura, oops, what happened to my screen? It went dark on me. Right a second. Let somebody else go. I'm gonna let hold this up.
Reading?
No. There it is. Just show me.
You need the mic. Nobody will hear you because I can't. You stay there. You gotta get.
My name is Kelly Reedy, and I'm from West Portsmouth, and I did just a sketch. Brought a photograph that I took several years ago, and it's of part of a tombstone that is in a cemetery in Portsmouth. And my aunt and I used to work together years ago, and we used to take our lunch breaks and we'd walk through this cemetery. And I always loved this monument. It's a big, huge, tall monument, really, really old. So I would go in there years later, and I took this picture in 2003. And so I took some pictures of this and had some cherubs on it. Always loved it. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But I did a quick sketch, just a little line drawing. I didn't get it finished. But something very interesting about this, I love genealogy. And a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, I was researching my family line and found a relative, and I think he was from Ironton, and there was an article that he had, it was in a newspaper. Apparently he had been in a fight with another soldier, and this soldier, they were on horseback and they were running from people shooting at him, and the guy that he was with got killed. Well, come to find out, it was this man. And I thought that was just so ironic that this tombstone that I was so drawn to, this man was in a fight with my relative. And I just thought that was amazing to hear that, or read that and find that out. So.
Great. You want to put that on a stand, you want to hold it? Okay.
I always like this one.
I don't know what's going on with my computer, but it wants light for some reason. Okay. Yeah. So this is my second time here. When I came here last year, thanks to Laura, I thought I was going to start and finish a story, but I was unable to, as you will find out. But this time I was able to finish the story. They say a person dies twice, once when they have their physical death and the second time when we stop saying their name. Since you died over 71 years ago, odds are you were close to experiencing that second death if you hadn't already. But today, over 100 years after you gave my family life, I will resurrect yours. I was introduced to you in 2016 when scanning old black and white heirloom photographs belonging to my Aunt Etta at her home in Wheelersburg, Ohio. You were sitting in a wicker chair in front of what looked like a post-Victorian era photographic backdrop. Her grandfather was standing next to you and had his hand on your shoulder. Both of you appeared to be in your early 20s. When I removed the black cardboard back from the frame that held you and him hostage for who knows how many decades, I was surprised to see some writing on the back of the photo. It read, Ora Wells and war buddy who saved his life in battle, followed by your name. Next to Christ who died for us all, this man was talked about as our Savior. When I held the photograph up and showed my Aunt Etta its front and then flipped it to its back, she immediately recognized it and said with emotion your name. Etta cried while telling me the story about the day she got to meet the man that pulled her father out of a shelled and burning ammunition truck about to explode on the Western Front in World War I. Later that same summer, I made a trip to the National Archives in College Park, Maryland, and focused my efforts on obtaining information about you and my grandfather's involvement in World War I. I was able to learn that you and my grandfather grew up within a couple of blocks of each other in New Boston, Ohio. When the Great War started, both of you were found free of venereal disease and assigned to the same unit while in Camp Sherman. The two of you were found competent enough to drive Pierce Aero trucks for the 308th ammunition train of the 158th Field Artillery Brigade, 83rd Division. From all the documents that listed your name and my grandfather's, I suspect both of you must have looked after each other in trains and ships carrying you to war and while you were fighting the Germans in France. I also discovered a battle after action report that made me believe it could have been the particular engagement responsible for the story my Aunt Etta told me. One September Sunday last year, I went looking for you. Thousands of your brethren greeted me as they stood in perfect and perpetual attention, while hundreds more lay prostrate, level with the ground. I spent several hours walking up and down, eyeing your brethren in long rows of freshly cut grass, still wet from the morning dew. Just as long tufts of wet grass covered my dockers, socks, and cuffs on my cargo pants, I suspect it also covered you. Time ran out, and I didn't find you. I later discovered that the findagrave.com website had misled me. I never found you because you were never there. You were in the cemetery next door. Today, almost a year later to the day, I finally found you. I brushed you off and sat down next to you. Learning from your obituary that you died at the early age of 57 after being in ill health for 6 years, I think I know what killed you. Remembering that every labored breath my grandfather took was a constant reminder of the harmful effects of what mustard gas can do, I suspect your exposure to the gas, perhaps when saving my grandfather, was a factor in killing you. While sitting next to you, I told you about my family and the legacy you made it possible for us to create. When it came time to leave, I thanked you and left a single red rose to remind you of our visit. Over 100 years ago, you gave my family and me life. Now, more than 71 years after your death, I give you life. Thank you, Francis Oliver Crabtree.
Did I catch him in yawn?
that plug in? Does that plug in? That's because you're old.
You got that right.
What that damn noise was.
My shoes are tied. Can you tie it? Can you tie my shoes up?
Check, check, check.
Try that guitar.
I'm old school. I've only used the music stand about 3 times in my life, so I'll probably screw this up. So. Plus my eyes are old. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good? Yep. All right. Good? Thank you. Good night. All right, my name is Steve Freed. I am from Duck Run, Ohio, which is over yonder. And I didn't know what to do, you know. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and like 50-some years ago, I met this guy over there. And he was from Philly. And great guy. And we got out of the service and decided to be folk singers. So we went to Philly, and I lived there for a long time and played, and then I came back home. And then about 30 years ago, my bass player here passed away. And so I stayed in touch with my buddy, and I called him. And I told him, and he said, in that rocky accent, I'll come down there, I'll play bass. I said, well, you don't play bass. Can't be that hard. So that's a friend. He packed up everything he had, sold everything, and moved to Ohio to play bass with me. And he never left, you know. But anyway, you know, when you get my age, and been doing this for a long time, you have that where you run into a lot of people that you played with. You know, now you see all the big Buffett and Robbie Robertson are all passing away, so I tend to write a few songs about that. You know, we've all done that. And he always told me, if something happens to me before you, I want you to write me a song. And in that great Philly accent, he goes, now, I don't want no sad-ass song. You understand? So it's been a year since he passed away. And, you know, it's kind of nice. And I've been on the road a lot. And so finally, I thought this was a great opportunity. So here we go. And I hope it's not a sad-ass song for you, all right? So it's about my buddy or anybody who's lost somebody. And it's dedicated to all these artists who've lost them. I am old. I didn't know what key I put in there. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. So down to those roads that we've been down. I closed my eyes and turned around, and you were nowhere to be found. Seems like only yesterday all the world was going our way. Now there are no words to say, except we'll meet again someday. Goodbye, old friend, you'll do fine as you take that final ride. It may take some time, but I'll
See you on the other side. No, we never kept the score. Won some battles, lost some wars. But we opened up some doors. We've seen it all and a little more. And I hope that you could see how much it meant to me. Love is only memories of the way things used to be. My old pal, there's a place where I still see your smiling face. That's where your memory resides. I'll see you on the other side. Goodbye, old friend, I hope you find that when it comes my time, maybe you can be my guide. I'll see you on the other side. See you on the other side.
Okay, have I missed anybody? Who has not gone? Anybody? Anybody? Is everybody gone? All right. Great.
Come on, Laura, let's end this thing. Wrap it up there,
Come on,
girlfriend.
Frank. Yeah. Free bird.
Yeah, well. What? That's not fair.
It is fair. We want to hear Frank. Oh, come on, Frank. Come on, Frank. Please. We love Frank. Tell Frank the information.
Yes, the sound man is allowed to cheat. Yay!
That's not fair.
It is fair.
Check, check. Check, check, 1, 2. These changes. Check, check, 1, 2. This is very intimidating.
3, 2, 1. I guess I'll do a song I just wrote a long time ago.
You just remembered it today.
Nothing happened today. Long time no see. This long distance love is really killing me. When will we be together once again? Just today, the radio played our song. I close my eyes and let the melody carry me back where I belong. I hear the Tennessee waltz, and it takes me back to a place and time in a moonlit night. Just you and me, the Tennessee waltz on the radio paints a picture of you dancing slow. Round and round we go. And I awake each day. You're on my mind, I swear you're gonna stay until the day that we are hand in hand. So hold on, be strong until this time becomes a memory, a lonely dream we both awaken from. I hear the Tennessee waltz, and it takes me back to a place and time in a moonlit night. Just you and me, the Tennessee waltz on the radio paints a picture of you dancing slow. Round and round we go. Oh, oh, oh. Na, Thanks a lot.
Yes. Doesn't she? Doesn't she? Well, Frank decided that we're a cult.
I heard some history because instead of writing a song, we talked for 2 hours, and I learned some stuff. This will be my last event.
But anyway, a cult yet to be named. But I want to thank Julie for letting us have this whole place. Thank you. So thank you all for being here. And how many of you were here last year? So there, okay, Frank, Julie, I mean, less than half of you. So a lot of you came like 6, 7, 8 hours. So that is awesome. This has been a wonderful day. It's a dream come true for me. So before anybody takes off, first we have lots of food. Continue eating. Take what you want. And I do want a group picture because last year Michael said, you didn't get a group picture of everybody. And this has been really awesome. And thank you for those that came to listen. I know that you're part of Megan's fan club, but that is awesome that we had more people come to hear. And so we did everybody, correct? Everybody? Oh, is there someone else? Yeah. Oh, I've been saying.
Yeah, I know, I didn't want to, I was trying to hide.
Oh, okay, well, I'll walk up with you. Last event. Save the best for last. Grumble, grumble.
I was trying to hide because I don't think that I did a good job. This is for the first time I'm doing work at the outside. And the lesson I learned that I'm not going to do collage on the outside because I was running after the papers. They are everywhere running. And by the time I finished, like, I think where she was saying me it is 2 hours. I said, what? I didn't do anything. So this is the first one I did. I was in the riverside. It's the river. And there's some yellow flowers at the riverside also. I don't have the proper paper color or something, but maybe next time I'm not doing the collage. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So as our time comes to a close, remember to keep creating, keep sharing, and keep supporting each other. And remember to bloom where you're planted. Bye for now.